Hey guys, Brad from Team Crimson here with
Dekin.
I don't know which side you're on. And today we're going to be going over the new Dragon Empire reveals from the set 01 of Overdress, along with the Brandt Gate reveals, along with some of the news from last week that we might have missed. So, all right, guys, we are here. We're going to talk about some of these reveals today. Dekin, can you talk about that grade 1 reveal for Dragon Empire? We'll jump into Dragon Empire first real quick.
All right. So the grade 1 Gun of Duststorm Nigel. Auto, when this unit is rode upon by Cataclysmic Bullet of Duststorm Randor, charge 1. And auto rear guard when opponent's rear guard is retired during your main phase. Counterblast 1 and retire this unit. Choose one of your opponent's rear guards and retire it. I quite like that.
Yes, yes. And then moving on to the grade 2, which is the ride target for over Nigel. Cataclysmic Bullet of Duststorm Randor. Auto, when this unit is rode upon by Heavy Artillery of Duststorm Eugene, draw a card, choose up to one card from your drop zone, and put it into your soul. Auto Vanguard Rearguard Circle, when this unit attacks, if your opponent has 2 or less rearguards, Counterblast 1, Soul Charge 1, and this unit gains power plus 5k until end of battle. I'm not a big fan of the CB1 Soul Charge 1 to gain power.
Sorry, Charlie is like trying to eat my camera right now.
He's like, I'm gonna be involved too, guys.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of Counterblast 1 for 5k. Not my it's not my biggest like, but the soul charging is nice, especially for what Eugene does.
I would is good for Eugene. Okay, and then grade 3, Heavy Artillery of Duststorm Eugene. Grade 3 Persona Ride, clearly. Act Vanguard Circle once per turn. Cost, rest 2 rear guards. Choose one of your opponent's rear guards. Retire it. And this unit gains power plus 10k until end of turn. Act Vanguard Circle once per turn. If your opponent's rear guard was retired this turn, Soul Blast 5. Look at the same number of cards from the top of your deck as the number of your opponent's open rearguard circles, and choose any number of unit cards from among them, call them to rearguard, and then put the rest into your soul. So yeah, so that covers basically the new this new ride chain. That's a secondary. Clearly not going with the overdress mechanic. I'm not impressed. As a Dragon Empire person, I'm not impressed. Resting 2 rear guards to pop 1, and then hopefully you can chain it off with the grade 1 to pop another one. That's cool and all, but it just feels you're kind of negging to. It's the same problem that I had with some of the B stuff, was that it feels like you're negging to neg your opponent, and I don't like that. And some of these other decks are getting easier ways for spot removal. That's how it felt in V. Here, yeah, I'm just not overly impressed by it. I do like the idea of Soul Blast 5 and searching deck searching top cards of deck for equal to the open. But again, that brings about the issue of early game, because then early game I would imagine you wouldn't, you might pop down a dude here or there, but that's about it. Because you don't want to commit too hard, because you want to plus super hard off this dude. But again, like, if you're only removing a couple of cards, I would imagine that your opponent would be smart and just try to do a full board. And some of these decks actually kind of require a full board. Stoichia, Keter even doesn't require, but I mean, like, it likes to have its full board.
Yeah.
Uh,
I
I'm not impressed with it.
Yeah, I'm not overly. It kind of feels like the Alchemagics, where it's not the absolute best now, especially if we don't know a whole lot. It's pretty solid. I would say it's pretty solid in the aspect of being able to possibly full board wipe your opponent and plus a free board. That's pretty cool. Quite like it feels more like Dragon Empire clans, but now we have Nation. It feels like it actually is Dragon Empire. Every single card except for two retires, and they can change retire, and I quite like that. But yeah, I'd give it a solid 6 out of 10. I wouldn't rate it any higher right now for impressiveness.
I don't like it. Well, I do want to rank some of these reveals and stuff for as the secondary options, I guess. But let's go over the Brandt stuff before we do that.
All right. So we got the grade 1 for Brandt game, Cardinal Noid Rail. Auto, when this unit is placed on the third circle, search your deck for up to one world order card. Reveal it to your hand and shuffle your deck. And then continuous rip during the battle, this unit attacked or boost if your I can't talk apparently. If your world is Dark Knight or Abyssal Dark Knight, this unit gets power play. So obviously, introduction of a new mechanic that we will find out. Then we get our first new order card, Howling Moonlit Night. It is a set order, so after it's played, it stays in your order. And then you play this card at Soul Blast 1, and then when it's put in your order, draw a card. And then continuous order zone. If your order zone has world cards, or has only world cards, the following effects are added to the number of cards in your order zone. 1 card, it becomes Knight. 2 or more cards, it becomes Abyssal Dark Knight. So having more in there means that you will Dark Knight. And it's also worded where you cannot use the improved order. That's cool. Then we get the 2 Cardinal Noid Cubicide. Auto Vanguard Scroll. When a world is put in your order zone, choose one of your units. It gets power 5k until end of turn. And then continuous rearguard during your turn. If your world is Abyssal Dark Knight, this unit gets power plus 5k. So just gaining power. Then we get another order card, which is a grade 3 order card. Into the Darkness Nobody Knows. It's also a set order. Stays in order zone when it's played. You play this with cost, Soul Blast 1. Auto, when the card is put in your order zone, choose one of your front row rear guards and retire it. And then continuous order zone, same as the other one. If your order zone has only world cards, the following effects activate according to 1 card. It Dark Knight, 2 more, it becomes Abyss. Then we got the 3 himself, Orphist. Orphist. Grade 3, continuous Vanguard and Rear Guard during your turn if you're a Dark Knight or Dark Knight. This unit gets power plus 5k. And then Act Vanguard if your world is Abyssal cost, counter 2, and call 3 Shadow your rear guard. Your world change you play a specific order. Shadow Army, 15k power boost. They are grade 1 tokens. So this mechanic revolves around you either having Batman or Owl.
I really like some of these reveals for this one. For Brandt in particular. I like the 2 new order cards. They're both the world, the world cards, whatever. So they're the set orders. So I like that you have options there. You don't necessarily have to get, 2 copies of that grade grade 2 version. You can play both on there. So I like that a lot. I find it quite interesting. It's something new. It's something very, very different, that than what we were used to. And then being able to plus pretty hard off this guy, off the grade 3, the Cardinal Deuce Orphist. Being able to call out 3 dudes that have 15K and boost is absolutely nothing to scoff at.
Yeah, no.
I quite and design wise, everything with what they're doing with it, I find it interesting. I don't know if it's going to be powerful or not. Is the only issue that I see here.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think it does need 1 or 2 more support cards to help it chug along a little bit easier. But from what we're seeing with it, I'm only impressed with it.
Yeah, I quite like the ability to make a big power buffs. This feels very reminiscent of Deep Police. I quite like that, especially because the grade 3 order place.
Yet it doesn't. Sorry, so it went down the wrong. Just saying, yet it doesn't, because it's just totally different.
Yeah,
It's totally different and unique. It's not necessarily. It does feel a little Deep Police-like. Yeah, now that you say that, for sure. They've got this, whole Star Vader kind of Blink Joker aesthetic. The Shadow Army tokens and stuff like that. I don't know. It's something incredibly new, incredibly unique.
Yeah, I think what they need is, would be a little of a more control option, because the order, when you play it, lets you kill something. And since this doesn't work with the imprisonment mechanic, maybe they can another grade 2 that's, when boosted by a Shadow Army token, kill something, or make it your and make it a shadow token. I don't know. Just there is something cool and different. They can do almost what they want with Brandt Gate, because the mechanics they're exploring are completely new and different. I like that.
Yeah, I like I like it a lot. Yeah, like we said, I think it needs a little bit more help, and we don't know how competitive it's going to be. But it's, again, design wise, incredibly interesting. But yeah, let's go over some of these other reveals too, real quick, before we head into. I did want to discuss some of these other ride chains, or maybe we'll make a separate video for that. Okay. So the last night reveal was another Brandt Gate card that goes along with the imprisonment mechanic. Looks very DP like, and it is a grade 1 called Super Speed Robo Shovel Stud. Yeah. Okay. So grade 1 power 8K, shield 5K. Act rearguard circle once per turn, cost counterblast 1, soul blast 1. Choose one of your opponent's rearguards and imprison it in your prison. Then, if 3 or more of your opponent's cards are imprisoned in your prison, draw a card. So, an instant plus, especially when they already got a +1 off of their existing grade 1. But that deck does kind of need the plussing system. So
yeah, I quite
like it. I definitely think it's something that the deck needed. Not really going to go over the grade 2 reveal from last night because it sucked. And then there was a reveal as well for a double R for Stoichia. Grade 2 Spurring Maiden, Alania. Power 10K, shield 5K. Auto, when this unit is placed on rear guard from hand. Cost, Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 1. Choose a grade 2 or less from your drop and call it to rear guard, and it gets power plus 5k until end of turn. Quite good. Very, very good.
I really like that.
Yeah, especially against you've got kind of not a lot, but you've got a few cards here and there for in different nations and stuff that can pop units. So being able to revive stuff in Stoichia, I think, is quite advantageous. There was a grade 1 collusion mutant at Admantis. Power 8k, shield 5k. Auto, when this unit is placed on rear guard, choose one of your other rear guards, and it gets power plus 5k until end of turn. I think that's not necessarily a must have in the deck, but I think it is kind of nice that you can just, give a unit 5k, especially Stoichia that seems to be not having the power columns because, they're going for the multi-swings there.
Yeah, that'll help.
Yeah. And then my favorite card reveal for last week, which was a new Blitz Order card for Stoichia, grade 2, called Sealed Road. You play this with cost Counterblast 2. You choose one of your opponent's vanguards, and it gets critical -1 until end of that battle. So yeah, I quite like that because it's a Blitz Order. For some reason, we're only seeing it with Stoichia right now. But it's a Blitz Order that's able to interact with game state. That's what we want. That's what we are wanting in B, and they never gave it to us. They're giving it to us with set 1 stuff right now, but it's only Stoichia limited for some reason.
Stoichia.
Yeah, I hope we get more Blitz Orders for the other nations, but I quite like this. Being able to just reduce a critical, I think, is quite good. The CB2 seems like a lot, but I don't. The Stoichia, I forgot to hear from you. Does Stoichia CB a lot?
Only for Magnolia, because you're using at least one counterblast a turn through her ability at the end of the battle to give something the attack. And then obviously if you Persona Ride, it's a back row. But that's the only thing from that deck as of right now that counterblasts. I know that
it's a lot, doesn't it?
It soul blasts a lot. Yeah. I know that there's a grade 2 that surprisingly in playtest want to see it if you can Persona Ride, because you can blast and soul blast 1. And it gets 5k and boost. So that's really your only other counterblasters. But I know that the Alchemagic stuff, they use quite a bit of counterblasts. I know so this might be something meant for or as a Tekken option for Alchemagic, but it meant mainly for.
Yeah, I could see it going with either or, to be honest. But I kind of thought possibly going with Magnolia a little bit more, just because you don't CB as much.
Yeah, you're a lot of offense very in that deck. So we also got deals for Keter going Bastion support. We got which is a triple rare, Heavenly Sword of Gorgeousness. Alden, grade 3 has Persona Ride, 13k. Auto, when the unit is placed on rear guard circle, counter 2 and soul 1. Call a card from your hand rear guard. Grade 3 was called, you draw 2 cards. And then auto rear guard, when it attacks, you have 3 or more grade 3 units, power plus 5k. That is amazing and exactly what you would hope to see from a triple rare, because that gives you the order and the grade 3 witches skill in 1 card, which I absolutely love that. You also got another grade 3 Dark Train Dragon, also has Persona Ride in 13k. Act rear guard. If you have 3 or more grade 3 units, cast 2, and all of your grade 3 units get boost until end of turn. This basically just alt mile right there, allowing him to boost in the back. That's pretty cool. I like that a lot. Because
I said that was going to happen very early on. There was going to be a grade 3 that was going to get boost or a grant boost.
yeah, I really like that. And the fact that it gives all of your grade 3 boosts helps with the fact that you play 16 plus grade 3s in the deck. You just slap them all down and say, heck it, balls to the wall, 26 plus comp.
Yeah.
And then we got another order card, grade 3, normal order, Swinging Sword of Judgment. Play this with cost, Soul Blast, grade 3. Choose one of your opponent's rear guards, and opponent puts all of their rear guards in the same column as that rear guard on the base any order. It's another form of removal, just in general. And since you basically have the grade 3 order in the new triple rare grade, you can slim that down to play more of this, or hell, even play that maxed and this maxed, because this is really good. Because you use it on a persona turn, pop an intercept in that column, bam, suck it, face. But I quite like that. We also got some Brandt gate reveals. We got a grade 2 normal order. Casualty goes crazy as I will. Is play this with cost. Soul Blast 1. Choose one of your vanguards. It gets power plus 10k until end of turn. So that's pretty cool. Again, helps with the big number for Brandt that they seem to be hitting now, and also helps stick some numbers for the trial deck stuff. Then we got a grade 3 Persona Ride 13k, Gan Road Far Tiger, Act Rearguard 1 per cost Soul Blast 1. This is power plus 2k until end of turn. Choose one of your opponent's front row rear guards and imprison it in your prison. Then we got a grade 2. It is Grapple External, 5k shield, 10k power, continuous rear guard during the battle this unit attacks. If an opponent's card is imprisoned in your prison, it's power plus 5k. So some Nova Grappler-ish cards that no one really cares about.
I hope Zach is watching specifically for just that comment.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. Yeah. So I think that's it. We don't really want to. We didn't want to. We were very busy last week, so we weren't able to cover some of last week's reveals, but they were quite interesting as well. We're gonna save that. Actually, I think we should save that. We'll talk about that in another video. Secondary, like ride chain, these secondary decks, and kind of rate them from set 1. I think that'll be quite interesting of a video to talk about.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, let's we're gonna plan on doing that for you guys. We'll probably post that within the next couple days. So look out for that, please. But again, they're just doing a great job with some of the overdress stuff. We're just seeing completely different, very similar yet different play styles. We're seeing more of a reliance on some of these order cards. It's just very, very. It's a fresher breath air.
I like it a lot. I like the way the right now you can build your deck however, it doesn't matter anymore. So the ability of adding all these order deck like Bastion, where in all retrospect you could play only grade 3. I do it because I like shield value and other stuff. But I mean, you get to the point now where now you got a grade that says Soul Blast 2 and all your dudes get boost. Why not? And just it's really cool. All this so nice and refreshing from V, where everything create 12,000 gifts, sling at you for 9, also Sentinel, also 12, also suck it up. Except,
eventually, the problem with the V was that just everything started doing the same things, except just slightly stronger. Everything like that. So yeah. But yeah, that's it for us from this video. We kept you for a while already. But please tune in later in the week. We will definitely be talking more about, like we said, those secondary ride cards or secondary decks, I guess, for each nation. And that's it from us.